I realize this may be a little bit too advanced at this point, but this is a good example of what you can do when you are using artificial intelligence and trying to work with that to solve problems. Basically, what I'm doing here is part of a thesis that I'm developing. I have some electronics laying around here, and I thought, okay, maybe I can take this chance and do something interesting in order to practice some use of artificial intelligence and vibe coding. So I open ChatGPT and then I prompt, I want to develop a simple communication systems between ESP32 and a display wirelessly. I want to send a text message and see it on the display, which will be a few meters away from the device, basically. So the idea here is basically because I work in the IT departments, I have to get in, get out the office all the time. Like sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm not because I'm helping people out. And I would like to have something electronically fixed on the door. And if I go away, just I can type a message saying I'll be back soon. Or if the door is closed, I can type a message in my computer saying come in, welcome, or something, or any other message that I can think of, and then this should be displayed in the door. And I can send the message from my working computer. So basically, the system is made of this electronics here. This device here that we are looking at is the ESP32. That's a microcontroller, and I did some wiring there to wire with the display, and we will see very soon how this has been programmed using ChatGPT. So basically, I started talking to ChatGPT here, and he gave me the wiring scheme. He told me how to wire the pins of the controller. Then he gave me the codes, and basically he guided me through the whole piece of developments. So basically, the way it works, if I minimize this here, actually, let me minimize this here. So basically, I have to work with two different types of developments here. One is done in something called VS Codes, which is responsible for communication with the device. This is done using a language called C++. Basically, I didn't have to develop anything. I just load the program up here, and then I can see the results on the display. So basically, if I change this message here for something like, let's say here, welcome to Keys, and then I save that, then I have to actually load this first. And then once I upload, you'll see that the code starts working. And then eventually the display is going to disconnect, reconnect to the network again as well, because I put my information here, like what's the SSID, which is basically what network I'm using, what's the password of the network, and then the code basically just tries to connect the display wirelessly via the network. So I can see it's trying to connect, and now like we can see the welcome to keys message in there. This is the first message, but I don't want to type into the code every time that I need to change the message. That's why I had to create this other application here. That's called Visual Studio. And in Visual Studio, I'm using another language called C Sharp. and it's in the C# that I'm going to develop the code to create the application. So when I go to Visual Studio here and I run the codes, it's going to show me the application on the screen. Let me put this back in here. And basically, this is a very simple application. I just type the IP address of the display, and then I type the message. Let's say this is a message. And then I leave a smiling face in there. Then I click on tab and I hit enter, and then it starts sending the message, and you can see that the message is displayed on the display. There is this %3a here, which is basically misunderstanding between the string, the text codes, and space, or basically that signal of the smiling face. So if I basically change that here, clicking the wrong spots. So if I change that smiling face into basically nothing here, and then I send it again, you see that now the message is received properly. So let's change this to, actually here, let's change this to, I don't know, welcome to AI fundamentals. And then I type here, click send, then the message shows up on the display automatically. And bear in mind, this is all done via wirelessly, because I already upload the code to the controller, and the application takes care of sending the text to the display. That's one of the, it seems complicated, but that's one of the things that you can do with AI, and I'm sure that we will be able to find a lot more applications along the way. Pretty exciting.